KW just enabled to purchase, doubled our new sales. Few local payment gateways do not accept international cards. 99.8.9 people have access to the internet. Lots of big companies have no websites. Hi, let's talk about hosting in Kuwait. Country is like about 4+ million people, and of course there are lots of gas and oil. So there are two parts of people: the ones who like oil, gas, and everything that supply them, and other part is like everything else, guys from Sri Lanka, India, etc. So with domain industry and hosting is the same. So hosting not exist here. Of course there are, I don't know, several dozens of design studios from India usually, and there are like 5 local hosting companies that usually have no address or that do not sell local domain names, something like this. So if we see like the price of domain, so KW just enabled to purchase. On the official website they write that it's coming soon, but now you can buy only .com.kw, and it costs usually like 30 Kuwait dinars. That is like, let's say, about 100 euros. That is insanely. And the most popular domain here is like .me and .com. So because local domain name is expensive, everybody goes away. That is really natural. Internet, because country is very small, so internet is probably everywhere. 99.8.9 people have access to the internet. Internet in the country is not stable, so it's quite good, it's normal. There are not lots of restrictions, but if you use internet like constantly, you see some interruptions that not appear in developed countries. But the speed is high, price is small, and by the way, hosting here is very expensive, just because usually it's resellers or locals sell for, let's say, 3 local dinars. It's like 10 euros per month, but the quantity is very small, so mostly people host on outside nearby the countries and Emirates, and like use global providers. So about website builders. If you type in Google website builder in Kuwait, nobody appears. Of course, you can find us or other providers, but usually no locals, so industry not exist. And by the way, domain usage in that country is a little bit incredible, because incredibly bad. So government companies have no website. Rich companies have no website. They, for example, if you come, let's say, to museum, in official website they have one working time, in Google they have other working times. They say, let's see in Google, why are you looking at our official website? Lots of big companies have no websites. So like, why they need it? You know, they're quite rich, they are guys, like the country is like rich, so why they need a website like you guys? So websites are not on daily basis, and never social, so everything like is incorrect. Like you ever unable to find the working time for the for government companies, like for main things. Of course, in support it's, let's say, it's 24/7, but of course nobody supports 24/7. Of course, it's like local, like kind of Arabic and English. And by the way, English also in that country, because people are from India and Sri Lanka mostly. So India is a little bit, so English is a little bit tricky. So technically they speak English, but probably it's quite complicated to talk in English here. When you talk about price and quality, there are two. There are guys who search, who likes quality. They can spend, I don't know, 100 euros for the lunch and no problem, just because they're nearby oil. And other part of guys who like spending 5 euros per lunch just because they have no money. So about payment gateways is very stupid here. Just technically you can pay with local cards to abroad, but local here there are like several dozens of banks, and only few main payment gateways. But by the way, few local payment gateways do not accept international cards. For example, to came to area like this, you like need to pay, register online, and only pay with local cards. So it's like technically tourists would able to come to most beautiful places in the country. So like that is completely stupid. If you talk about cloud or enterprise, I suggest cloud just because country is tiny and you can accept get everywhere and no needs to host here inside, because inside everything is very expensive when I talk about data centers, because this is not developed. So I suggest to use cloud, but because of some internet interruptions, enterprise also possible. And it's quite unusual that there are not lots of people in the country. There are lots of closed parks, lots of closed like areas. You just came and it's like what happening? What happening? It's like where are all the people? And you will see on my background that like huge places, huge buildings, nice parks, and no people. That's a good example how oil can change the country. Just because, let's say, like Emirates, they like have high business, medium and small business, like SMBs, like plenty of SMBs, more than 1 million, yeah. So it drives the economy. Here still website not needed. So people who works with oil, they know each other. Of course, there are some internet providers, like of course very developed, of course, and telcos are very developed here, of course, and like companies like Zain came from Kuwait and like lots of others. But on daily basis, nobody use like websites, just because like country is very small, they know each other, and they can find everything in Google Business, in Google, like Google Business, where information also is very old. About life hacks, by the way, good life hacks, we doubled our sales, doubled our new sales last month, just because we just decreased prices. So this is a good life hack. And by the way, what we saw that like not only the price is good, because people would like to buy something expensive very cheap. But if you provide cheap something else, they don't buy. So there are also some like, tricky information. And what I also would like to suggest, because sometimes you run the test and you like see huge growth, and sometimes you run the test and see like something goes wrong. So what I suggest to you, when you see the test results, analyze the trends. Like, for example, that here is much better. Not exactly we increase sales 8 times, but what exactly is like here is more positive. And of course see on some negative feedbacks as well. For example, if your more expensive plans sales goes up, of course your most cheapest plan also sales goes down, just because the same quantity of people. So thanks for time, and see you on the next video.